Get ready for a fiery and thought-provoking speech from Senator Ted Cruz as he takes a bold stand on the Senate floor. In this powerful address, Cruz passionately defends President Trump's agenda and Elon Musk's role in leading the charge for government efficiency. He exposes shocking examples of wasteful spending, uncovered by the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, from funding al-Qaeda-linked meals to controversial projects abroad. With sharp rhetoric and unwavering conviction, Cruz calls out partisan attacks and defends the mission to cut through bureaucratic excess. If you're ready for a no-holds-barred discussion on government accountability, wasteful spending, and the battle over America's future, you won't want to miss this compelling speech.
I thank my friend from Massachusetts, but nevertheless, I urge my colleagues to oppose this amendment. This amendment has nothing to do with the Ticket Act, and it is not within the jurisdiction of this committee. This amendment, unfortunately, is nothing more than a clear partisan political attack on Elon Musk, whom the President has tasked with running the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. In November, the American people resoundingly voted for President Trump. Naturally, President Trump is implementing the agenda that the American people voted for. Contrary to the Democrat opinion, there is no fourth branch of government known as the administrative state. No one elected the bureaucracy. DOGE is an office within the White House led by Elon Musk to eliminate wasteful government spending and to reduce unnecessary regulations. To fulfill its mission and review wasteful government spending, DOGE and its staff, including Elon Musk, must have access to data, including data in the federal payment system, to fulfill its mission requested by the President. And I would note that in just a matter of a couple of weeks, they've already found considerable waste, fraud, and abuse, in particular within USAID. Among the things they discovered that the previous administration was spending money on were $1.5 million for advancing DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, $6 million for tourism in Egypt, paying for, quote, hundreds of thousands of meals that went to al-Qaeda-affiliated fighters in Syria, funds for the production of opium, the primary ingredient in heroin, in Afghanistan, which chiefly benefited the Taliban, $1 million to help disabled people in Tajikistan become, quote, climate leaders, $1 million to a Hamas-linked charity, and $15 million for contraceptives and condoms in Taliban-controlled Afghanistan. You will forgive President Trump and the American people for thinking these expenditures are unnecessary and wasteful. And unfortunately, the hysterical doomsday scenarios of data tampering, privacy concerns, or payment delays or rerouting touted by Senate Democrats are false and were dispelled by the Department of Treasury last night in a letter that they sent to Ranking Member Wyden on the Senate Finance Committee. The President is entitled to conduct full review of federal agency spending and regulations through the DOGE, and I intend to do everything I can to help ensure that its important mission is carried out. Litigating these partisan matters in this amendment or in this bill isn't appropriate. It's outside the committee's jurisdiction, and I urge my colleagues to oppose the amendment.
Mr. Chairman, if I could.
If you're ready for a no-holds-barred discussion on government accountability, wasteful spending, and the battle over America's future, you won't want to miss this compelling speech. Watch now and see why this debate is sparking headlines across the nation. From $1.5 million spent on advancing DEI in Serbia to $15 million for condoms in Taliban-controlled Afghanistan, the sheer scale of waste and fraud is not just irresponsible, it's outright treasonous. These are not just numbers on a page. These are the hard-earned dollars of American taxpayers squandered on projects that defy common sense and betray the trust of the people. While our nation sits under a crushing $37 trillion debt, this kind of reckless spending is unconscionable. And yet, instead of joining us in the fight to eliminate waste, some are fighting tooth and nail to protect their gravy train. Why? What are they so afraid of? Could it be that the truth will expose who has been lining their pockets with taxpayer money? This isn't about partisanship, it's about accountability. Both parties have had a hand in this mess, and it's time for all of us to demand better. The American people play by the rules, and it's long past time for our government to do the same. With leaders like President Trump and visionaries like Elon Musk leading the charge, we are finally shining a light on the rot within our system. The fight is far from over. This is just the beginning. Imagine what else we will uncover as we dig deeper into every department, every agency, and every dollar spent. The American people deserve transparency, accountability, and a government that works for them, not against them. Let this be a wake-up call to every taxpayer. We must demand better, and we must hold our leaders accountable. Together, we can end this era of waste and fraud and restore integrity to our government. Thank you.